Welcome to the Mind Myself podcast. I'm Esther, and it is my pleasure to be bringing you information about healthcare approaches, health issues, and people's health journey stories, all from the complementary, holistic, and integrative perspectives, helping you become your own best health advocate and helping you make your own informed choices because you matter. Welcome, Dr. Ryan Wagner, to the Mind Myself podcast. We are so thrilled to have you and your expertise with us today.
Thank you, Esther. I'm glad to be here.
Excellent. So before we dive into this topic that you're going to talk about today, maybe tell us a little bit about your credentials and how you came to your medical journey.
Sure. So I'm a doctor in pharmacy and studied functional medicine. So you don't see many pharmacists that are trying to get people off of their medication or trying to avoid prescription medication as much as I am. This journey started because of my own health problems as well as my family. And that drives my passion, and what I've learned, I love to share with others. So that's what we'll be doing part today.
Awesome. I love that. A pharmacist who's trying to get you off your medications. Don't hear that very often. I love it. And so I know today we're going to talk about the importance of seasonal detoxing. So maybe you could share a little bit to start. What is seasonal detoxing and why would that be important?
Sure. So seasonal detoxing is, giving time for your body to support the detox systems and recover. We've got systems in our body developed to help us remove, external waste as well as internal, just regular metabolic waste. And why it's so important today is because of the environment that we live in. Every day, there's more and more chemicals that are created. And in the US, there's more than 85,000 chemicals that are known to be circulating in just everyday products, in the cosmetics, in our clothing, in furniture, electronics, different cleaning supplies, construction materials. And it's these chemicals that have a potent health effect. And it can range anywhere from irritating our lungs to interacting with our immune system or disrupting our hormone balance. So it's this exposure to these environmental chemicals that can drive different health concerns. And we just need our time to give our body the support it needs to release those or process them and get them back out of our system.
Wow. And so you've addressed some of the issues that can happen. So are we living in a toxic soup? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, you could say that's what it's developed and turned into, because it's not to say that all of this environmental toxin is always to blame for these different health issues, but chronic illness is pretty complex, and there is a whole host of different chemicals that need to be processed and eliminated. And sometimes our body can do it, and sometimes we need to support it in that process.
And in terms of supporting ourselves in that process, what are some things that we can do? What do we have to go do a bunch of research? Are there actions we can take? What can we do?
Well, I think it starts with prevention, and functional medicine is all about prevention. But in the environment, toxins are lurking all around us, and if we're overwhelm our system, that's what can drive disease. So it comes from, places just in our carpet, our upholstery, manufactured woods, all of these things can release different VOCs, like formaldehyde and irritants that can cause headaches and irritate our lungs. You get into furniture and bedding and carpets, they have fire retardants on them and they disrupt hormone balance. So You've got different cleaning products. They contain ammonia and fragrances, other chemicals that are irritants and health disruptors. Even your personal care products, you rub them on your skin all the time, but they contain hormone disruptors as well, different parabens and phthalates and, food containers. So we shouldn't be storing our food in plastics. BPA, and you've probably heard of bisphenol A, can be a hormone disruptor as well. So what can we do? Starts with cleaning your house. And, sometimes our house can be the most toxic environment, dusting and vacuuming regularly, cutting down on those plastics as much as possible, using alternative containers like glass, choose personal care products that are not toxic, cleaning products that are not toxic. Maybe you put a air purifier in your house, especially in your bedroom. The key is, minimizing our exposure. And if you haven't incorporated this into your health routine, we need to start. Because 100% avoidance is never possible, right? You're going to live in a bubble there, Esther. I don't think we want to live in a bubble. So big part of it's prevention, but there's things that we can do just every day to help prevent that. My favorite is food, of course, right? And getting the right food in. So it starts with leafy vegetables, green leafy vegetables, things like kale and collard greens, watercress, arugula, cilantro. It's great for your liver and helps support detox. The cruciferous vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, all of those things have a product in them called sulforaphane. It has powerful antioxidant properties and actions in our system. You get into onions and garlic. I love garlic. Garlic, I put it. You too?
Yeah.
Those garlics, they contain sulfur. And sulfur helps with different liver function and those detox pathways in the liver. I start every day with some lemon juice in my water. And that lemon, it's high in vitamin C. It helps to alkalinize the body, get our pH shifted in the right direction. But it also has got D-limonene in there, what helps to dissolve, cysts and stones and clean out the sludge and kind of clear out our gallbladder. So all of those things help to move things along. And I'm a smoothie guy. I always have smoothies. So berries are one of those ingredients. Those deep, rich colors, the dark purples and blues, those berries have all kinds of antioxidants in them. Those are called anthocyanins. And we need them to help process these different chemicals out. There's different habits that you can do.
Before we get into the habits, I just want to return back to your lemon water, because someone might be listening to this and going, oh, there's so many things. Let me start with lemon water in the morning. So you take your jar of lemon, a liter of water or whatever it is, and approximately how much lemon do you put in that? And a pinch of salt.
Yes, this is a jar. It's 32 ounces. I started off with 16, and then I moved up to 32. So I would just put half a lemon. Fresh lemon is always best. So I would squeeze half a lemon into 16 ounces of water. It could be cold or warm, either way. If you want to make it into a tea and add some lemon to your tea, that's perfectly fine as well. And then just a pinch of salt, but you want good quality salt, like pink Himalayan rock salt or Celtic sea salt, because it has all those minerals dissolved into it.
Right. So that's a lemon juice. And you're saying that would serve all of us. If we started with lemon water and a pinch of high quality salt, that would set us up for a good day. And maybe you could give us a little tip on one of your favorite smoothie recipes, concoctions, let's just say.
Sure.
It's not a rough recipe. Let's just explore that for a moment.
So they're my favorite. There's different ones, and I've got a Forever Young smoothie that is, my colleagues are like, Ryan, you look younger every time I see you. But it really is a template that anyone can follow to build, different variety of smoothies, because variety is important as well, and not having the same thing every single day. So, having a base of berries, one day maybe blackberries, maybe strawberries, maybe blueberries, different types of berries. Then there's always a red ingredient, those deep dark reds. So maybe it's pomegranate or watermelon or dragon fruit. So it builds on there, and you can have all kinds of different additions to make it what you want. But I also add in greens, and whether it's cilantro or parsley, because they're great for your liver and help with different detox pathways. So I've got green smoothies. Some people just don't like the green color, so they want to add in some berries or something to change the color a little bit. But a lot of mine are green with celery and cucumber and spinach and avocado and all of those things as well. So
Awesome. And just before we leave the smoothie kind of conversation, if you have a fruit smoothie and you've got a bit of greens or whatever it is that you decide to put in it, do you wait a period of time after drinking a fruit smoothie before you have, say, lunch or another meal?
Sure.
How do you do that?
Yeah, from a food combining standpoint, fruit wants to pass through our system quickly. So, and it does have a lot of water, and it's easily digested. So it can move through our stomach in half hour, 45 minutes. So I usually leave that half hour, 45-minute gap before I dive into more concentrated foods, whether that's fats and proteins or anything else.
Okay, awesome. So we've talked about the importance of detoxifying. We've talked about a whole list of things you could do, but start
Sure.
simply, one thing at a time. You've talked about food because that's a wonderful place to start. Are there any other daily habits or regular habits we could get into that might help our bodies detoxify?
Sure. Toxins can leave our body in many different ways, right? We are breathing, so we breathe them out. But one way is to sweat them out. If you look at sweat, it's 99% water, but tests have shown there's traces of heavy metals and bisphenol A, BPA. So how do you stimulate yourself to sweat each day? Is that doing some exercise? Or maybe it is taking a hot bath or shower, going to the sauna, different ways to stimulate, sweat. And another one is, if you are showering and you're taking that hot shower, is to do bursts of cold. Yes, cold showers. It kind of stimulates our circulation, because when it's warm, you're bringing blood to the surface, and then cold is pouring it back to the core. So you're pulling and creating this motion of bringing things out. It also stimulates a whole cascade of, chemical messengers, and supports the immune function as well as detoxification. So make it a goal for yourself to end your shower with 30 seconds of cold, as cold as you can do. And if you can build your way up to adding more bursts of those 30-second colds, if you can get to 3 to 5 times throughout your showering experience, even better. The last one is fiber. Fiber, we need it in our diet. We have to have a fiber to feed the gut bacteria. But fiber and water work synergistically to support the gut and create healthy bowel movements. So anytime you're detoxing, you always want to work backwards, right? You don't want to start upstream and then get a dam where all the toxins are starting to get dammed up and not be able to leave your body. So that's why that lemon water that you mentioned earlier is so important. That's going to hydrate your body to allow those water-soluble toxins to leave through the kidneys. But the other fat soluble stuff leaves through our feces, and we need to have regular bowel movements to make sure that we're daily detoxing. So water and fiber rich foods that have, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, those habits will on a daily basis can help support your detox.
Wonderful. And so as we bring this conversation to a close, it's been so fascinating and I love it. What would you like to leave people with in terms of what's the body about? Where can they get some help with this?
Sure. So there is a lot to it, but remember, your body is designed to detoxify. It has complete systems that are set up to remove waste, metabolic waste. That's why we urinate and defecate every day. But this means you can't entirely avoid everything and prevent those chemicals in the air or the chemicals in the water or food, but you can support your body to stay healthy. Despite all those odds, give the body what it needs to help eliminate those things. So I like to incorporate a seasonal detox into my lifestyle. And there's many purposes. You can include self-care and de-stressing or removing some of those electronics, but really focusing on nutrient density so your body has the nutrients it needs to process these things out. Don't forget, we have to be in the right mindset, right? And the right attitude towards doing this. So there's some time in there to reflect. And of course, you can release weight along with it. Toxins. If we have toxins stored in our body, our weight won't budge because our body uses fat to store those toxins away from our organs. It's a great way to support your digestion and your liver. So I have group programs with all kinds of recipes and, of course, accountability. And from a seasonal perspective, we try and do one of those each quarter. Throughout the winter, throughout the spring, summer, and into the fall, just to support our body with these detox processes.
Fantastic. Well, Ryan, it's been such a pleasure to have you with us, and you have given us so much food for thought and such great information. And I also look forward to seeing maybe a blog or two about what people can do and maybe food recipes on the Mind Myself site. And but thank you so much for your time and your wisdom today. If you want to reach out to Dr. Ryan, the information is going to be below. So thank you.
Thank you, Esther. And I'll definitely get you some blogs.
Excellent. All right. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us at the Mind Myself podcast today. We know that time is precious and you've spent some of your valuable time with us. We're grateful. If you would like to reach out to our guests directly, the information is below. And if you would like more from Mind Myself, that information is also below. Please visit our website and check out all the information about the different complementary, holistic, and integrative healthcare approaches, information about health issues, more podcasts, tons of blogs, and we even have a community page for you where you could reach out and tell your story safely, or you could ask questions and perhaps somebody else in the world is going through something similar to you. In any case, we're so glad you're with us, and we're doing this because you matter.